Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us. This is Good Morning Africa. We apologize, we've had a bit of delay there, some technical issues that you are sorting out, but I trust that your day has started off well. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are tuned in. Today, my name is Miriam Ogutu, and of course, we are coming to you all the way from the Kenya's capital here in Nairobi, the East African part of Africa, in case you are watching us. And we have so much in store for you today. So I'll just get into it and first start by introducing my panelists this morning. We're joined by Kidi Morgan, a lawyer from Nairobi. Kidi, a very good morning to you.
A very good morning, Miriam. Good morning to our viewers in Kenya, East Africa, and around the world. It's a wonderful day that we are going to witness the swearing in of POTUS 46, and it means so much, especially to young people around the world, people who believe that hard work pays, honesty pays, and decency pays. Thank you.
All right, very well. Yeah, I mean, in the name of what's good and right, in the name of decency, I think it's a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Kidi. Nice to have you on the show today. We're also joined by Jevan Karanja from Nanyuki. Jevan, a very good morning to you.
A very good morning to you, Miriam, and our viewers, wherever they are watching us from. It's a good morning here in these areas of Kenya, and thanks for having me on the show.
All right, very well, Jevan. Also nice to see you this morning, and a very warm welcome to you. And we're also joined by Douglas Kirimi from representing this Mount Kenya region there from Meru County, and he's been wondering, this Kenyatta, this polling he was doing, who did he interview? Because apparently Kenyatta was not able to poll where Douglas Kirimi is. Douglas, a very good morning to you.
A very good morning to you, Miriam Ogutu, and also to our crew back at our headquarters in Nairobi. Good morning to my friend lawyer Kidi Mwaga, and also my friend activist Jevan Karanja. And on that note, Miriam, Kenyatta interviewed 27 people in his home, and that does not represent over 6 million voters in Mount Kenya region. And I keep wondering this morning. Thank you.
Okay, very well. Thank you so much. All right, and we'll see how that will work out, that later. That all of a sudden has gone very quiet, so we'll see how that will pan out. All right, so let's just start with the leading headlines this morning. And by the way, our viewers, keep writing to us. I'll read some of your comments there as we continue with the show. I've seen one of our very ardent viewer here, George Nganga. I've not seen you this year. Happy New Year to you. I hope your year has started off well. And the rest of you who are watching, keep writing. I read some of your comments as we continue. Santino, Kilo, Juma Smith, I see you here. Thank you so much. Sasa, Juma Smith, wacha tuanze na historia ya Ruto. Apparently he's been cornered. I don't know what you have to say to this. The headline on the Standard newspaper on the front pages there, Ruto's moment of reckoning. And down there it says, top leaders heighten criticism against Deputy President, accusing him of fomenting a class war with his hustler versus dynasty narrative. Ruto's allies, however, counter by saying the attacks are misguided. Are the attacks guided, or are the attacks the attacks on the deputy president, especially when it comes to the class war that some leaders are saying he's trying to foment? We saw there former Vice President Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka saying alluding the same, and also Raila has said that before, and other leaders, that this class war that DP Ruto has started is a very dangerous war. And so DP and his allies are saying those claims are unfounded, and the other side is thinking different. I'll start with you, Kidi. Okay, I'll start with you, Javan. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Miriam, for that question. One thing that I would like to say as I start the contribution is that the claims that are being made by various readers towards the deputy president, they are real, because the hustler narrative versus dynasties is something that is causing a lot of mayhem in this country. We have seen a car of a young man, hardworking young man, who works hard to get his car being burnt down because it has kicked or hit a boda rider. These times that we need the law to be very to be applied equally, because we need to know what really happens when such kind of things happen. Therefore, one thing, this hustler narrative is something that is taking shape, is something that is even in the minds of people, that when they see you having a good car, a good house, they feel like it's part of their property that you have taken. That is all about the hustler narrative. And we have seen people celebrating when rich people go down. And that's something that is not good. It's something that is real. It's something that is taking shape. And it was started by the Deputy President, William Ruto, when he came with this hustler narrative. Maybe for him, it was something that he thought is a joke. But these days, it's something that is taking shape. Yesterday, we saw a commotion that was caused in Nairobi, where a guy was beaten simply because he has hit a boda guy. Therefore, these things are there, and these things are happening. And when they do that, they term you as a dynasty. They term you as a man who has made them to suffer. Therefore, this has a narrative. They need to redefine it, because it is now in the public domain. It's something that is causing war. It's something that is causing division. And leaders, all leaders and Kenyans of goodwill, they must keep on calling the hypocrisy in the deputy president to ensure that this hustler narrative, because to me I term as a bubble, it needs to be busted so that we do away with this retrogressive hustlerism agenda, and we focus on an ideology, on agenda that will uplift the livelihoods of Kenyans. Because Miriam, a wheelbarrow have never changed the economy of a country. This is a technological world. We are in digital era. People are inventing to have new softwares, machines, good vehicles, and so on. But in this country, a deputy president is investing on giving Kenyans wheelbarrows. Therefore, when we look at this, we see somebody who has no future for the young people. And it's high time that the young people start focusing on things that will make them their lives better. And that is having leaders who have an agenda and ideology to take this country to the next level. Therefore, I agree that this hustlerism agenda, these things that the deputy president started, are things at the end of the day, they might also eat him if he is not careful.
Okay, very well. So the story is on page 6 of the Standard newspaper. Yes, Kidi, you're here now.
Yes, I'm okay. I wanted to say from the before I answer your question,
Yes.
that after this show I will practice how to unmute and mute.
No
Well,
problem.
that
And
is
I
right
understand.
in the-
And I
Thank
understand
you.
the problems with technology sometimes. Go ahead.
Thank you. Diving right into the heart of your question, why is the attacks becoming more pronounced on William Ruto? The answer is that William Ruto has played with something that is dangerous in our national psyche, and if left unchecked, has the potential of consuming this entire republic to rebels. Because William Ruto is appealing to lawlessness. William Ruto is appealing to law of the jungle. William Ruto is appealing to what is dark and nasty about us. William Ruto is appealing to the darker angels of everyone amongst us. So that when we talk, you see what his supposed hustler nation is doing is that they are running away from the rule of law. We know that ordinarily, when a car rams into a pedestrian or another motorist, the logical thing is that usually the parties involved wait for the police to come, and then the police usually take unnecessary actions, which then ensures that there is a resolution of the matter, including making sure that then when the insurance folks come, that they therefore get the police report that then they rely on to determine if there is a compensation that needs to be made or otherwise. But you see, William Ruto is encouraging his people, or what he calls the hustler nation, to take law into their own hands. When that begins to happen, it weakens our own institutions. When institutions begin to fail, then you will hear him talking that we are creating an imperial presidency and other balderdash that he is famous for peddling. So why we must attack William Ruto, and why personally I am willing, ready to ensure that I am part of those people who stop William Ruto, is because William Ruto is appealing to what is dark and nasty about this country. Thank you.
All right, and those images are playing there. It's quite disturbing because an accident is an accident, and we know these motorcycle riders, they're quite a menace. Another accident happened in front of me just maybe 4 days ago. This guy on a Prado was trying to take the right turn, and the motorcycle person was coming from another side and was not even observing the traffic rules. So he ended up hitting the Prado. And of course, it's Prado. He didn't get any damages or anything, but he spun off his motorcycle. So this is a problem that has to be addressed, and I'm sure that was just another accident. So the reaction of how this other fellow motorcyclist reacted, you're saying that maybe must have been fomented by this narrative that has been pushed. But the people from the DP side are saying, no, we're not pitting. It's not a class struggle. It is the issue that have to do with have and have not. Douglas, what is the difference?
Yes, Miriam, please.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let me just read from the paper this morning. Says Ruto's campaign. And by the way, Max Manyika, very good morning to you. Thank you. Nice to see you this new year. Hope your year has started off well. And the rest, of course, of our viewers watching. Ruto's campaign for the presidency is tagged around the Hustler Nation. A campaign slogan, he claims, is meant to uplift the lives of the common person. While Raila is yet to openly state if he is in the race to succeed President Kenyatta, Mudavadi and Kalonzo have declared their interest in the top seat and view Ruto as a threat to their ambitions. And we've been seeing these leaders, they've been coming openly and attacking Ruto on varied issues. We saw Kalonzo did that the other day, raising some questions there. And they're saying this is not a dangerous class war. The DP's camp, they're saying this is an issue between the have and have nots. Is there a difference?
There is a huge difference on what the people at the Deputy President side are pushing for, and what is the reality and what is the normal in our communities. And also remember, Miriam, in this country, we have had a huge class war that is pushed for and also advocated for by the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. A man, when I was being born in 1992, when he was leaving university, he has never been employed anywhere. I want to dare any person that has employed William Ruto anywhere to come and remove their his pay slips, and also his rate of appointment to any position in this country. William Ruto has been plundering this economy since his days at Y92, when they were battering Kenyans and also forcing Kenyans to vote for the former president, Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. And also this deputy president went on to become an MP in 1997, 2002, 2007, 2013. He became the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. So it is clear, like day and night, that Deputy President William Ruto has never stood for reforms, has never stood for empowerment of people, rather than disempowering the people and also plundering the economy, as of the many cases that are in court today. In 2004, as a Kano member of parliament for Eldoret North, William Ruto was out into courts for hiving off the government land in Gong Forest, and was taken to court in 2004. And subsequent times, he was also taken to court for stealing land from Andrian Muteshi as a refugee in Rift Valley. So these people from Deputy President William Ruto's side, they are not genuine. All they are looking for is votes. And I urge Kenyans of goodwill to resist these people. It is a shame when a governor in Turkana County has received over 60 billion from national government and also from other development partners across the world. Governor Jos Partner Nok, to claim that Wilbaru is my graduate degree, to claim that Wilbaru is my undergraduate degree, Wilbaru is my job that I do today as a young person who is building his nation. And also, when these thieves and also these conmen come, political conmen, gunmen come into fray and also come into national television and also tell us all manner of things, especially how Awiribaru is our assholes. Wheelbarrow is what we are doing. This is not the right thing they are doing, because we have seen this Asera thing and that dynasty thing has been permitted in the Bonda industry, where they are not giving anyone a chance to use our roads. Remember, it was in public domain and also in newspapers when they wanted to lynch the former chief of defense forces, General Karangi, when they wanted to lynch him. When he came out and said he is Karangi, these people went on and also to apologize and all that. And as of this morning, I, Douglas Bundi Kiremi, a citizen of the Republic of Kenya, I hereby disassociate myself from the divisive and also the intimidating Asra narrative that has been dividing Kenyans and also killing Kenyans. And also, this is not by force. I have decided so as a Kenyan and also a man that is committed to peace of this nation.
Okay.
I want to disassociate myself with this divisive thing that is dividing Kenyans from all walks of life. And remember, Miriam, before I conclude on this point, this is not a matter of correcting the haves and the haves not. Nobody is going to make anyone rich in this country, especially when it comes to William Ruto and his group of people who have been plundering the economy. This can only be achieved through government policies and also government interventions for the young people of this nation, for the graduates of this nation, to get decent jobs and not wheelbarrows and other things that they are being promised today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Douglas. And we're also joined this morning by Professor Jared Onyari. Professor, one of the
Good morning, Miriam, and my fellow panelists.
Yes, good morning. All right, so we are having this conversation. I wanted to say, in one of the leading universities in this country, so he's a very respected academician there. So thank you so much for joining us this morning, Professor. We're looking at what now seems to be an issue that is being raised by other leaders in our political class there, and they're saying this war that the DP has started of the have and have nots, of the hustlers versus dynasty is a very serious thing that is doing here, and it's a very dangerous narrative. And we saw President Uhuru Kenyatta even bringing it up when he was having that radio interview the other day, and that is something that he said is a great concern to the Republic of Kenya and the security of this country. And but William Ruto, Deputy President Dr. William Ruto, and his allies are saying no, it's not a class war, it's not the hustlers versus dynasty, it's not. It's just the haves and have-nots. And I'm thinking, you are the Vice President, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Some of these things that you keep raising, you have an opportunity to fix it through policies, through the promises that you had for Kenyans, but you have abandoned that. Instead, now you're coming to say this government, these people, we're divided between those who have and those who have not. So what is there a difference between hustlers and versus dynasties and politics of have and have nots? Because they're saying there's a difference. It's not a class war.
Miriam, what you are going to hear from me, you are not going to like it. Very soon I'm going to defect the Deputy President side. One is a shrewd politician. My grandfather taught me this, that if you see an earthworm, you see a small snake, and you think it is an earthworm, it will grow and it will bite you, and you will die and will bury you. An old man used to tell his grandson that wherever you see a housefly, you have to kill it because it is a dangerous insect. Why? It causes diseases. So the grandchild, wherever you will see it, is to kill it. Wherever you will see it, is to kill it. Wherever you see it, until one day, the housefly was on the forehead of the grandfather. You know what he did? He took a hammer and hammered the nail. He hammered the housefly at the forehead of his grandfather. What do you think happened? The grandfather died. So Miriam, where have we been until William Ruto has reached here? Where is the intelligence of the country? Where is the national cohesion, Miriam? We will be talking an exercise in futility. Remember, I have done a research, Miriam, about this, but about the people you are talking about. We have given commendation to the government, and I want to speak the truth. Correlated all the views around the country. And when you go to every county hospital, Miriam, there's a word for those border. And what has happened with these border people you are trying to see, Miriam, what's making them survive, Miriam, is their unit. Otherwise, they will never survive under this hostile. That's why you see them doing this. And one of the things you might have not realized this, Miriam, this is what my study showed me. Some of those people who are riding those borders are university graduates. I want to tell you the truth, very well educated. So Miriam, they have got anger towards the society. So when the deputy prime minister, the deputy president comes with the Asra nation, Miriam, he gets people who are already annoyed, people who are hungry, people who hate the society, and who will do this. So the government and the national coalition, Miriam, should move forward and ban the use of that word Asra to be named among dangerous groups, like we have blacklisted Mungiki, Chinkororo, Sungusungu, Bangadad boys. Those kind of things, Miriam, the Mombasa Republican. That's what we should do with the house. Otherwise, Miriam, it is going to be very dangerous for this country. You will be driving your car, or you will be walking very nice. The way you are dressed, you are very nice. And there are some people who will mistake you to be a dynasty, Miriam, which is very dangerous.
Because
so what is this, Miriam? Action must have been taken. And the President Uhuru Kenyatta, Miriam, should stop talking tough. He talks very tough. He must act. Nothing stops him from acting. Sometimes, Miriam, you don't like Trump. You may like him or not like him, but you will see he will stand on what he believes, whether it's wrong or right. So the president, if he wants to leave Vegas, which is deputy president and has even started, because the deputy president, Miriam, is doing politics. His impeachment should even have been engineered, Miriam. Come and buy, Miriam. We will talk until animals come home. Kid is trying to say that we are going to join in. This man has rooted all the money. Miriam, you know very well, you interviewed me sometime. I will go and I will educate people. And they see that this professor has got something which he can do, Miriam. As I'm finishing my interview, my campaign, and I'm going, Miriam, with the poverty, and when we talk about poverty, Miriam, is really. Then someone looks and they say, unatuacha namna gani? Give me even 10 shillings, even 5 shillings, Miriam. I could see people literally begging me for 5 shillings and 10 shillings. And when I went further to do the research, 10 shillings, Miriam, you can buy a jerrycan of water, which you can use to cook. So the deputy president has executed this one very intelligent, because people are very miserable, Miriam. You give someone a wheelbarrow, Miriam, as much as we are, you know what we are trying to do here? We are just castigating. We are talking about the academic exercise, Miriam. We are criticizing about the wheelbarrow, Miriam. What are we offering? What are we offering?
all right.
Which hope are we giving these young people? He can go get these young people, and then he can be able to give them 50 shillings, even 20 shillings, 100 shillings, the money which he has rooted from them. So, Miriam, we have got work to do.
Okay.
And we cannot run away from this work to do. We must do it. I submit.
All right. Very well. Thank you so much. Now, on the same story on page 6, and after ANC statement, Wiper leader, remember ANC, the leadership there came out and said they're planning to impeach Deputy President William Ruto because, one, he's very disrespectful to his boss, that is President Uhuru Kenyatta. So after ANC's statement, Wiper leader Kalonzo soon accused the DP of tribalism by appointing people from only one community to fill the cabinet slots that he was awarded during his coalition with President Uhuru Kenyatta. And it's quite interesting because in in response to that, the deputy president, because he had accused President Uhuru Kenyatta of engaging in tribalism, when President Uhuru Kenyatta suggested, if that is your line of thinking, then I might as well say that in this country we've only had two tribes who have had an opportunity to be at the helm of the leadership of this country, which is a fact, by the way. So maybe it's about time for other people from the other community also, in the spirit of unity and cohesion of and inclusivity in the country. And that was misconstrued, and now they've been using it to accuse President Uhuru Kenyatta of spreading tribalism. So Kalonzo came out and said, no, you can't speak, because when you're given the opportunity and the slots that you are offered on your side to give names for the cabinet positions, you brought members from your own community, of which DP did not respond. Instead, he said, you stole land. So why do you think he did not respond to that attack by attack? He told, and now Ngilu yesterday came out and said that land is legal, is legal. I was Minister of Lands. I checked the papers. That is what Ngilu said. So he said the attack on Kalonzo was ill-conceived. So DP, of course, there's something called a fallacy, and a couple of them. Instead of attacking the issue, you just attack the person. So he did not address that issue. He did not say, no, I did not appoint people from my own community, but instead he just tried to look at other matters. Why do you think that was, Kidi?
Well, as I've said before, there is no single day William Ruto has been factual in his response to queries put to him by members of the public. He has always resorted to conveniently misleading the people of Kenya. For instance, permit me to repeat this again here, that when people of Kenya asked William Ruto about his stolen public land, the stolen public land that Western Hotel sits on, instead of responding, Ruto said that Mimi sio mlevi. And the question is, did we ask if you are mlevi? Who said you are a drunkard? Then the next time it was put to him if he is responsible about the death of, about the frustrations of Adrian Muteshi, he was telling us, I am the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Like, come on, who has asked you that? So this is a typical case of William Ruto running away from confronting the facts. Mm-hmm. If anything, I wish we could get to William Ruto was able to respond to issues genuinely, because right now we will not be here discussing him. But we are here talking about his conduct, talking about his character, talking about him to demonstrate to the people of Kenya whom he is, mm-hmm. the duplicitous nature of his politics, and how untrustworthy he is, such that even what he calls hustle a nation in an attempt to carry favor with the have-nots is all a ploy to drink them, while genuinely his track record demonstrates that he has got no interest of those people at heart. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right, very well. Thank you so much. Douglas, you wanted to say something. You wanted to add something to that. All right, Javen.
Yes, Miriam.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miriam.
Yes,
for
go
that.
ahead, Javen. Yes, go ahead.
One thing that we must say is that,
mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. One thing that we have to say is that the hustlerism agenda that is founded by the deputy president is something that is taking shape. It's a reality, something that is there in the ground. And I think the best that we can do is to continue airing our voices so that Kenyans will understand the dangers that they're exposed into when they follow this hustlerism agenda. Number two, the deputy president has been in power for a quite period of time. And in early 90s, he was still in the government. Therefore, as a good leader who can set a good precedent on what he can do to achieve greatness as a president, he should have tried very much to eliminate the poverty level in this country, or to lower the poverty levels, so that he can have a ground to say, when I was a deputy president, I did this to eliminate poverty or to better the livelihoods of Kenya. But he didn't do that. Now he is coming with wheelbarrows. And I agree with the professor. Kenyans have a problem. the hard economics time, when you are given a wheelbarrow, you see that person as a savior. Therefore, the side that is countering the deputy president, they are sleeping on their job. They need to come and counter them with the facts, not just words, with substance, with something tangible, because that is where the game has been turned into. Because we might fight him with words, but William Ruto is coming in the ground with something that is tangible, something that when that guy in Mombasa is giving a wheelbarrow, when a guy in Mount Kenya is giving a mkokoteni, the people around that area, they will say, better this guy who is giving us a mkokoteni than those people who are in Nairobi and they are not giving us anything. That is how the deputy president has been able to penetrate. This is a problem that he created because as a deputy president, he didn't solve the issue of unemployment. But now he is coming, giving short-term remedy to what he failed to do. Therefore, he is coming out as a savior. And it is high time that the government comes up with initiative. The government is doing a lot to ensure that there's employment, but the kind of publicity the deputy president is doing, the kind of photos that he is taking daily and spreading in the social media, you might think he lives in these areas, slums, giving goods. And that is something that people think that is not taking shape, but is a reality in the ground. Therefore, the baby president has created loopholes in the young people, and he comes as to offer solution. That is why they celebrate him. That is why every time, even in areas initially that the deputy president could not penetrate, like Mzambweni, like other areas in coast, in the Luya nation, you see him when he goes there these days. He has a huge following because people expect something from him. He comes in the name of Boda Boda, helping the Boda Boda guys. He comes in the name of Mama Boga. These people are the majority, and these people are the one who are suffering. It's the time that we change the conversation and we start addressing that so that we counter what the deputy president is doing. Failure to that, he will continue doing this, and the best we can do, because he has failed to take his mandate as a deputy president, now he is concentrating on giving handouts. The best to do is for him to resign or to be impeached, so that he can concentrate on that. And I feel by doing that, he will not be able to continue doing these agendas, because he is doing that to taint the name of the government. Miriam, ask yourself one question. Why is it that we have a resistance in Mount Kenya region when President Uhuru Kenyatta talks? People they are not in the mood. But when the deputy president comes, people want to listen to him because he is talking to people. Even if he is not giving anything, he talks to those people who are down there. And this hustlerism agenda, these people feel there's a person who is talking to these people who are downtrodden. Those people do not have means, and that's a narrative that is not good. It's corrosive in nature. It's something that can cause division in this country. But that is the reality. Therefore, the best we can do is to walk the talk and make sure that the deputy president is relegated to where he belongs to. But if we continue giving him platform, going there with the police officers, going there with public vehicles to go to intimidate the same government, somebody is sleeping on his job. It's time that the intelligence service wake up and deal with this matter diligently and on time. Because the matter, when we reach around August this year, this issue, the campaign will be on top gear. And this nationalism will become more and more, and it will not be stopped until 2022 on the ballot.
Okay, very well. Thank you so much, Jevan.
Miriam, I have this to say.
Before you come in, I just want to read a tweet here by our Deputy President William Ruto. I was trying to look through his tweet and see if he responded to Kalonzo, but I've not seen any response from him to Kalonzo and what the issues that former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka raised the other day. But there's a tweet on the 16th, which Deputy President says, we have to change the economic model of our country from the top-bottom to bottom-up so that we do not lock out millions of unemployed youths who have the will and power to take part in the transformation of Kenya. And then you wonder, but he is the Vice President, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Why are they not working together with President Uhuru Kenyatta to see how to address this issue of unemployment in the youth? And he's saying it needs to start from down there going up, not up going down. But he's up there. So what is he saying, Douglas, as you respond to that?
Miriam, Deputy President William Ruto has morphed into an hybrid political conman. That is the same thing he was writing in 2007. That is the same thing he was writing in newspapers when he was running, because he was not popular on Twitter those days. That is the same thing he wrote in 2011 when he was under URP, when they were forming URP in 2012. He wrote the same thing about bottom up and all that. the same thing that Deputy President William Ruto has been saying all along. The only difference is that he has been saying it to a different set of people. The people that he said it to the same in 2007 is a bit different to the people that he said it to people in 2012. The people that he said the same in 2017, and now we are in 2020 going to 2022, he is saying the same thing. Again, the issue is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya did not want to respond to Kalonzo Musyoka accusation of him appointing his tribesmen into government. If William Ruto gets an opportunity today, he hands it over to his tribesmen. All his bodyguards are Karejins. All the people that are surrounded to Karejins. Those are the pertinent questions that Deputy President William Ruto should be responding to. Again, on the issue of wheelbarrows, how many wheelbarrows has he been able to disperse to the people of Kenya? How many wheelbarrows has he been able to disperse to the people of Taita Taveta and all those places? When government rolled out the Kazi Mtaani, we know the numbers. When government gives internships and also young people recruited into the army and any other government agencies, we have the numbers. William Ruto has been planning to give Kikuyus around small handouts and wheelbarrows at Karen, and also small dryers for Saron women and all that. At the end of the day, he does not take the same to Sugoi Catholic Church. He does not take that to Bomet, AIC. He does not take that to the people of Kericho. He is doing that to the people of Mount Kenya to defranchise them economically so that he can make them his robots in 2022. And I have said this before, and I'll keep saying this, the main reason why William Ruto cannot trust any Kikuyu, any Somali, any Turkana, any Chamas, any Rendire, any Ogiek, the smallest community in Kenya, the Shonas. The reason why William Ruto cannot trust these people is that he is a tribal leader. He is not as national as he looks. Kalonzo Musyoka raised the pertinent issues. In Wiper Party today, we have people who have been appointed, though there are issues at Wiper, there are people who are appointed beyond the Kamba community. In ODM, we saw Mwaura, we saw Sebesh, we saw many people who have been appointed by the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. In Jubilee government, since 2013, President Uhuru Kenyatta has been distributing these seats equitably across the nation. William Ruto has been stuck to his Rift Valley backyard, where he has been campaigning for the last 2 years. We need to call a brav. This year is the year of the truth. Instead of responding to the same, he goes ahead and says, now you stole the land in Yatta. A former powerful land minister, the Honorable Charity Ngiru, came out in open and said, where the land, Kalonzo Musyoka sits, he sits on a regal land, piece of land. Where does the William Ruto get the guts to come out and castigate the former vice president, who was a former powerful government official, when he makes these claims? Instead of William Ruto responding or even sending his lawyers to respond to the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, all he can say is also, you are also a thief, you have stolen land. And that is not the way we solve issues. This is our deputy president. We demand answers as the people of Kenya. We demand answers on his call for inclusivity. He is not including anyone in anything that he touches. When William touches, the deputy president, William Ruto, touches an opportunity, gives it to Karejin. He needs to respond to that. As a public official who has served for over 8 years together with the President Uhuru Kenyatta, he cannot use the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the roads, the railway, SGR, and everything, the TTIs, for his own advantage when he's in Mount Kenya alone. We need to hear from William Ruto, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, not a tribal leader, Karejin leader. When you accuse him of stealing, he says, you have stolen also. That's not the Kenya that we want. Right. We need to respond to these issues directly, frankly, and truthful. We need to tell William Ruto and call out his breath and tell him the truth, that he needs to come out in open and give us a comprehensive answer as the people of Kenya. We have a stake in this government. We are the citizens of this country. He is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Okay. There's no way I can call Ruto a thief, a conman. Then he calls me a conman. No, William, we cannot go that way. You need to give us answers as the people of Kenya.
Okay, and that will be Dr. William Ruto for you. Simiyu Paul Mambonga, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and you're raising a lot of issues, and you're saying the DP isn't the appointing authority of cabinet members of the country, is neither the vetting committee member. Appointments are done by the president and vetted by the parliament. Why can't the president refuse the appointments? Why can't the parliament refuse them to endorse? Why is it now that the tribal appointments are being looked at from DP's angle only and not the presidency in in general. I don't know, maybe for the interest of our viewer here, Professor, maybe you put it into context. What even brought about this very uncomfortable conversation we're having here?
Miriam, we are good at history. Yeah, those ones who are trying to give their comments.
Remind him what happened. Why we're even talking about this right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm coming to the question, because I want to remind our viewers, because if you want to be very serious human being in this school, that you must be able to remember history. And if you don't have good memory of history, you should be able to listen to those ones who can remember. Miriam, you know, as I do, President Uhuru Kenyatta was in hostage 2013, 2017. If he could have dared do what that figure is trying to tell us, he would not be in power. And we thank God that there was an handshake and be able to hear the president speaking his mind. Because it was, I don't know whether, Miriam, you have ever received blackmail or being intimidated when you were growing with your siblings. You do something and then you say, oh, don't tell daddy and mommy. So every other time you want even to eat your rove, when she has been given work or your brother has been given work he wants you to do, until one day, Miriam, you get tired and you say, Mommy, I'm the one who broke the glasses. The story ends. So that is how the deputy president has been doing to the president, Miriam. So that's why it is. You cannot reject, the risk is there. Is it true? Is it that person assuming that that was a valid nomination? We are saying he's trying to say that he can be he thinks more about the Asura, he thinks more about this, he's more of politic. We are saying, Miriam, if you cannot be trusted on small things, how can we trust you on bigger things? He said, okay, the president said, bring your 50-50. He decided to go and bring the people from his community. President Uhuru Kenyatta was having his 50. He was able to bring Dr. Matsanga. He was able to bring Rachel Mamo. He was able to bring Professor this one from this one who was for the Minister for Environment. He was able to bring Rashi Bara. These are records, Miriam. You cannot deny. He brought Jared Ngiru, Miriam. Who brought Kenya the map of Kenya? Because the constitution says any appointment, Miriam, which you do, even by yourself, you requisite having the map of Kenya. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. So the first cabinet, the people him we brought, are we lying that they are not from his cabinet, from his community? And you know, in politics, Miriam, when you enter coalitions, Miriam, sometimes it's very dangerous. Like it is just like a family, Miriam. You are a father. Your wife has just given birth to a kid 2 days, and Miriam, you make noise, and this wife just disappears and leaves you with the kid. Where will you take the kid? A 2-year-old kid or 1-day-old kid? So Miriam, sometimes you try to persevere and move on, and that's what President Uhuru Kenyatta did.
All right,
until the right time has come. But Kenyans, we were not sleeping. If the president did not ask, we are asking.
Okay.
And we want answers to this. You don't get a question to well. You know, by the way, let me tell you, Miriam. You may not like Kalonzo Musyoka or for his watermelon, but you know, as I do, Honorable Stephen Kalonzo, Miriam, the senior counsel, the former vice president for this republic, Miriam, is a diplomat. And you can agree, Miriam, Kalonzo Musyoka has never been petty, has never been controversial,
no, he's
has
not.
never been malicious. Honest, let me tell you for it. If the devil is due, that is Kalonzo Musyoka.
So Professor, is perhaps maybe that's why DP was not very keen to respond to him, because when maybe Kalonzo says it, then it holds some water. He's not known to be petty.
When the vice president is raising this valid question, that when you are misleading Kenyans, what does he do? He goes and attacks him over Yatta Farm. And and he said this, that the Department of Criminal Investigation, Miriam, they go and investigate this land once and for all. If it belongs to the government, Let the government take it or is prosecuted.
Okay.
Miriam, what do you expect from such a kind of a fine gentleman?
And he
understood, okay, Miriam, if you stay in the glass houses, you don't throw stones. Tell us how you acquired Western Hotel. Tell us how you have acquired land in Taita. Tell us what happened in Kimorada Road Dam. Tell us who killed Kime in your office. Tell us how you frustrated Mutes until he has gone to the ground. As he answered, he will never answer. Okay. He will never dare. Okay. That's William Ruto for you. That's William Ruto Kenyans are going to get, and Kenya will be gone, Miriam.
All right, very well. Thank you so much.
Miriam, I must add my voice.
Yes, because we're about to finish. Simiu Paul Babonga, Professor Mekuji Mama, you still need some clarification. The context under which we were looking at this matter of tribalism is because of what was said after President Uhuru Kenyatta made certain sentiments there. So we have to be. I think it's a very sensitive matter in this country. So we have to clarify some things. Yes, you have 30 seconds.
Thank you very much. Part of why you see that since independence to date, the worst time, our foreign debt record has been the worst between 2013 and 2017.
Yes.
Part of the problem was because of what we call the predatory nature of our presidential system. Because the ethnic nature of our politics, as it has been in the past, is that when the president acceded to some of the demands of William Ruto and gave him the Treasury Ministry, William Ruto used that to ensure that he builds watches for himself for 2022. And therefore, not only that, but therefore he also made sure that all his cabinet appointments went to people from his backyard. And these people, he used these positions to engage in primitive accumulation of wealth to the detriment of everyone else. So that today, when we talk about thank you. When we talk about economic catastrophe in this country, it is directly in part because of the decisions made by William Ruto, because he was posturing as a co-president.
Right.
As a co-president, ensured that our politics became so toxic and so corrosive that is part of what informed the BBI program. But let us depart from this predatory system of governance that can sink our country in a hole. Yes, because William Ruto is fighting attempts to course-correct some of these wrongs. That is why we must tell the people of Kenya that even when he had a chance, this is what he did. Thank you.
Very well, thank you so much. I'm afraid we have to come to the end of the show right now, Douglas. Thank you so much there from Meru. Thank you, Jevan Karanja. From Nanyuki, thank you, Akidi. Thank you, Professor Jared Onyari. And thank you, our viewers watching this morning. George Odindo, you're saying Ruto is giving young people fishing rod, and he is fishing with a ship in the same ocean. Hustler is a swindler, and only the wise can see that. All right, your sentiments there, George Odindo. Simiu, who is this person who was watching also this morning? Rono, Robert, you're not very happy with what some of the panelists there have said, but you know what, we appreciate. And also Juma Smith, thank you for representing. We appreciate. Tukutane kesho saa 3 asubuhi, alafu kisha we shall see what else has happened. Dr. Matsanga shall be coming at 11 a.m. For me now, I have to go. Thank you for watching. My name is Miriam Mugutu. Bye-bye for now.